Now let's perform a flexion glide mobilization to, in this case, the right side L5 S1 by moving the cranial articular process of S1 caudally on the inferior or caudal articular process of L5. Let's first pre-position L4-5 and up so that we don't get any pain in those segments with the mobilization, and we lock the segments. To do so, because flexion is painful, we're going to first extend those segments. Now you'll notice that I have pre-positioned the table to produce a full left side bending throughout the entire spine. This makes the pre-positioning more easy on the therapist. So, after already pre-positioning his left side bending, we're now going to put our middle finger in the L5 S1 interspinous space and the index finger in the L4-5 interspinous space. And using the patient's elbows, I'm going to simply extend the patient down through L4, L5. Now, I can, in this position, pre-position L5 S1 in the direction of flexion. In this case, my cranial hand index or middle finger is in L4-5, index finger L5 S1. Through the legs, I'm going to flex the hips until we get an opening of the spinous processes at L5 S1 without the same occurring at L4 L5. And in this position, I can put the sky side leg behind the mat side leg, this way. So it'll ensure the side bending that I want in the mobilization. Now, let's go back to L4-5 and up. Because she's side bent to the left, we want her rotated to the left in this extended position to lock those segments. So what I'm going to do is I'll palpate the sky side of L4-5 and L5 S1. Index to L4-5 sky side, interspinous space. L5 S1 has my middle finger on the sky side of the interspinous space. Then through the shoulder, I'm going to rotate her to her left until I feel the rotation, the offset of L4 moving on L5 without that same offset at L5 S1. Now there's a problem here. I may have lost some of the extension, but by virtue of pulling her shoulder forward, may have lost some of the extension previously produced at L4, L5. So now, through her elbows, keeping the rotation, I can simply extend her into that segment. And if I am not sure that I didn't lose the flexion at L5 S1, I can simply use her lower extremities here and flex her a wee bit more at L5 S1. Now she's pre-positioned. She's locked at L4-5 and above, and she's ready for gliding mobilization at L5 S1. We're now going to mobilize the S1 articular process caudal on the caudal L5 articular process here on the right side. To do so, we're simply going to block the L5 spinous process on its caudal surface here, and also because of the rotation that's occurring, I'll feel which way the segment rotates and then block that rotation from above so that L5 doesn't rotate on L4. First, I will hook my thumb on the caudal surface of the spinous process L5, and now what I'm going to do is position my mobilization hand with the fingers wrapped over the iliac crest, my forearm over the greater trochanter down towards the ischial tuberosity, and now I'm going to mobilize through the innominate, through side bending, left side bending, make sure the sacrum's vertical, left side bending, creating a force that goes caudal, slightly dorsal, slightly medial. This way. It's not a large movement. I'm already at the end range of side bending here, started here, moved to here, that's it. If I produce a lot of side bending, it'll move all the way up. I don't want that. It's a small, simple movement of side bending in that segment. Here, oscillations for up to several minutes. I can hold for 30 to 40 seconds for creep deformation, unwrinkling the collagen. At the end of the 30 to 40 seconds, I let off easily, and I can repeat that flexion gliding 5 to 7 repetitions this way, and then repeat the hold for 5 to 7 repetitions. At the end of the 5 to 7 repetitions, I will then go and retest the mobility, and I will work on traction, local traction, and flexion gliding mobilization on both the right and left side to ensure maximum restoration of segmental flexion at L5 S1.